Hey guys, Scarra here, and I'm here to talk to you a little bit about Garen Jungle. Now, originally the idea of Garen Jungle came from Saint Vicious. Saint used to Garen Jungle when Garen first got reworked, or before Garen got reworked, and I think it was pretty good back then. It's kind of a little bit annoying, but now I think it's definitely not as good, but it's possible if you're playing against champions which can't kite you very much. So in this situation, I played against a Yasuo team comp, which had to be very like they're very short range, and so as Garen, the biggest weakness you have as Garen is just the ability to get kited. So in this situation, what I ended up doing was all the unique junglers that I ended up playing, Garen for instance, I typically almost always have to double jungle, and double jungle has caused you to be able to jungle a lot more ambitious picks nowadays, because you the first time or before you used to not be able to get away with jungling with other champions, but now you can, because you can have a really healthy clear because your top laner tanks 2 camps for you, and then you can clear out the rest of the jungle or look to gank from there. I think that allows you to create much more niche picks, whatever you like to call it, and especially in this situation, Garen is definitely one of those things. So Garen in general, what you want to do is you want to farm to a certain amount, get Cinderhulk, get Cleaver, those are your core items, and if you're looking at a team fight, you always want to flank. If you're running in from the front, it's really hard to do anything because, quite frankly, you don't really have an initiation. Your initiation isn't a fast gap closer, it's just walking faster at them. And that's fairly poor as an initiation opportunity. So the best thing to do with this champion is find good opportunities to get in onto the back line, or just like essentially just flank. It's a lot easier with TP from top lane, but still you have to be looking to present yourself good situations to be able to kind of either frontline for your team. If you guys have the stronger backline, you can kill their frontline faster, or just sneak behind them and maybe two-shot the carry. The villain mechanic is kind of weird and very RNG based. It shouldn't really dictate what lane you gank too much. You just want to be ganking the lane that you think is going to be the easiest for you to gank. The problem with Garen Jungle is because he doesn't bring much CC, all you are guaranteed essentially is like a little bit of damage, like maybe like 500 damage on your ganks kind of deal. And that's when you want to be ganking lanes that can give you a lot of help in that regard, whether it be a Thresh which has CC, or like a TF that gives you the free stun. It's really hard for you to be able to scrap out the other junglers or other laners up until you finish your Cinderhulk, and maybe even up until you finish your Cleaver. But at that point, I feel like you're fairly powerful as a champion, and then you go into more other various builds with other items. In this game, you see that since I'm playing against Yasuo, if I do get to the point where I'm pretty farmed and my team already has the ability to group up and fight without me, I'd say that Garen is a pretty good split push presence as well. Like, he is technically a bruiser, and so you can split push with him against other melee top laners and be able to pressure the side waves for you to be able to find good situations for your team to 4v4, or for you to get the initial roam off before the person who's splitting against you. I hope that covered a little bit of what you guys were curious about Garen. I think that the champion itself isn't very good, and to be honest, him jungling isn't really that good either, but I definitely enjoyed playing him for some random reason. I don't think it's definitely not because he's mechanically intensive, but because he's just fun to play sometimes. I think he has a slight place against a lot of melee oriented champions, especially assassins. I think he succeeds or excels a lot against. Thank you very much, guys.